Talk to us about how Apple is rethinking its supply chain.
Well, we've known for the last few years now that Apple is increasingly looking to do more in the United States. They've put out multiple announcements. They did a $600 billion investment alongside the Trump administration into the US. And now they're looking for secondary suppliers to its work on manufacturing its main processors. These are the SoCs, the engines that power the Mac, the iPhone, the iPad, you name it. As you know, for well over a decade, they've designed those processors in-house, and they've relied on TSMC to produce them in Taiwan. Increasingly, they've been shifting some of that manufacturing to a TSMC fab in Phoenix. But additional fabs have been slow to come online, even though Apple says they'll have 100 million chips out of the area by the end of this year. But they also need additional suppliers. Obviously, there's geopolitical tensions, there's supply chain issues, and there's just the idea that it's not smart to have all your eggs in one basket, in one geography, and in one supplier. So they've had early discussions with both Intel and Samsung about using new fabs that they're opening in the United States to potentially down the road produce these A series and M series chips for Apple.
Does it have to make sense that it's the AI hardware that the US hardware that this goes into? Because is there going to be margin pressure here by making them in the United States? This is also sort of more of a political gambit.
I mean, in some cases, there are politics involved here, right? Working with Intel will give Apple, a better relationship, or even better relationship they have already with the Trump administration, given that they've sort of taken ownership through the U.S. government of a stake of Intel. And obviously, Donald Trump has been touting Intel significantly in recent weeks, including its stock price and their investment growth, given their recent market cap. So definitely there's a political factor here. But I think the biggest thing is concerns over what happens in Taiwan if there's a situation with China. Obviously, geopolitically, it's not great. Many months ago, there were concerns for Apple related to tariffs and needing to do more chips in the U.S. to avoid those tariffs. But I think the bigger picture overall is wanting additional suppliers for perhaps the most critical component in the entire supply chain. Even for things like displays or speakers, you see Apple using several different suppliers to offset supply chain issues, to not have all of their eggs in one geo or one basket. You never know what could happen. And so it's really for Apple only smart business to have a backup here. If they're not able to get the chips they need out of Taiwan, they're not going to have a very good year. It's actually probably the biggest risk factor for Apple right now is getting all their chips out of Taiwan. And so expansion on the silicon front is necessary, because without the silicon, the Apple products don't work.